Hello, everybody. This is Scott Hutchbath and my dear friend Vicki Rice. How you doing, Vicki?
I'm doing good, doing good,
Good. So,
doing
if you
good.
haven't had a chance to watch Class 1, 2, 3, we suggest you do that first before watching Class number 4. We're going to be going over a couple things today that have to do with e-property sites, but more so with video marketing and focus and mindset and the power about how the power behind what this is going to do for you and your business. Also talk about some fears and how to maybe overcome them and how to overcome some objections. So my dear friend Vicki has put this class together, so graciously did that for us. And of course she's done classes 1, 2, and 3. If you need the link to class 1, 2, and 3, just get with your loan professional. They say you here. And Vicki, I'm going to let you take this away.
Okay.
Right now we're seeing your whole screen. We see all the slides on the left. I don't know if you want to go forward or we're just gonna. If you want to keep it like this, that's more than good. I just want to let you know that if you
You can
to do
see
that,
all
if you,
this on the side.
yeah, we can see that. So if you click slideshow at the top.
Yep. Right here.
Okay, so whatever you. Yep, there you go. Okay, all right, cool.
And then,
From the
actually, I
far
should
left, from
from the
beginning.
beginning. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just kind of like an overview of what we're going to talk about. I know Scott, we did a little bit of the class on Tuesday on Animoto, but I'm going to dive a little bit deeper and show you some strategies. I know that you come up with the strategies, and then I try and make it work for agents, and that's kind of, and I'm going to show you some examples of some things that I've done based on your strategies. Does that
Awesome.
sound like a plan?
That sounds
Okay,
great. That
cool.
sounds great.
Yeah, so we're going to start first with Animoto. Again, I know we talked about it, on Monday, but Animoto is a template system that's really easy to use. I usually think about, there's the basics like 101, and then there's your kind of marketing and videos that you do, which is what you dive into a little bit, later down the road when you're more confident, and you're more experienced and you want to now put it on extremes. But Animoto is a place for you to do that, and it just is a way to create an emotional connection with your buyers, with your sellers, with your clients, with past clients, and you can do it in a variety of different ways. So I use Animoto for your agents, video business cards. Everyone loves to watch a video more than they love to read a brochure. So this is just one way that you can do an actual business card that reflects, a little bit of your personality. You can do happy birthday videos to your clients that are on Facebook, your friends. I've even gone to Fiverr, Fiverr, and had for $5 them to do something special for a client's little daughter that is, I know is coming up, for her birthday, and that was huge. And if you want, I can show you what we did. Just those small little things make such a connection. You can do one, and I do one for every single listing that the agent has, so that we can build their YouTube channel. So you take these URLs that come after you put them on YouTube, and you post them everywhere. Your Pinterest boards, your YouTube channels, your Facebook page, the fan page, even posting the video that you did for the listing on the seller's Facebook page so that their friends, family can comment on it. So you take that power of that system, and everything that you can do with it, and including, I'm going to show you that you can add them to your flip books, which are your marketing books underneath the marketing tab in your EPS or eProperty Sites profile. But on average,
as you can see, we're talking about a couple things that if you're unfamiliar with what you're listening to, what you want to do is go back to class number 1 and then go 2 and 3, because this is more of an advanced. Once you're up and using the Agents Unfair Advantage system, some of these things will start to make sense, and that's where the power comes in. We had a client the other day use one of these for a birthday, and the lady said that it brought tears to her eyes, which it just gives me chills talking about it. So it's kind of cool in a way that you get to touch people and interact and engage with people in a different way than just making a post on Facebook or just putting something together for their listing. If this is something special to help you go deep and build deep relationships. So I would highly recommend even by the end of the weekend, trying Animoto. going and picking a birthday and doing what she's going to show you. It's really, really powerful.
Right, it really does. It doesn't take very long in your day, and I kind of talk to the agents about using their 1 hour of power every morning to do this. So within that 1 hour, you're going to post on all your sites using HootSuite, which we have a class in our library on. Do an Animoto for anyone that has that you want to impress, and then make sure that you use Animoto for your listings when you happen to upload your listings. Have that be part of your system. So when you're putting in putting into the MLS, you post it on Craigslist. You add it to the profile of the property sites, and you do an Animoto video, along with some other things we'll talk about later. So yeah, it's so important to listen to class 1, 2, and 3 first, so that because class number 4 is basically an overview and hot buttons of what class 1, 2, and 3 and the power of what you can do. So that's why it's good to listen to that first and then come back to this one. However, I do keep all of our videos, or most of them, that I can get on our Pinterest board. So I'd really recommend that you follow Scott, and we have several boards on our Pinterest board that you can use as examples. This is the video marketing board, and these are examples of Animoto videos that I've done for people. Everything from happy birthday wishes to a video business card to a listing. So if you ever want to see one, you can. Here is one that I was just talking about that she was into Justin Bieber. So yeah. So I went ahead and did that. I knew it was coming up. We just paid $5. And I don't know, Scott, if I push this, will everyone be able to see kind of what it's like?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, go ahead and try it. Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead and try it. Yeah, there we go.
Samuel, real quick. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got one from Alexis J. Pearson. Let's see. Oh, I see you're turning 11. Okay. I don't normally do this, but I got something special for you. Just watch.
Can you guys hear it?
That is too funny, yeah.
Okay.
So we went so what Vicki did, go ahead and tell them what you did. So you went to Fiverr and did what? Yeah, explain, because this is really cool stuff. I mean, this is stuff that, like, is just not, okay, hey, happy birthday, Lexi, big fan. So go ahead and explain what you did there, because I think this is a really big deal. For $5, this was, I mean, I don't know, I didn't see her response, and I'm sure you did, but.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh, I did, okay.
Fiverr.com is a place that you can go to for $5, and people will do anything that you can think of. So this is a whole line over here, where you can go to, and I just typed in Justin Bieber, and I got tons of people, people that said that they can do stuff for us. So it's a very simple thing. It costs you $5, but if you wanted to do something more, this is a great video kind of concept that you could do for your clients, and that's just one little small thing.
Awesome.
So it's called Fiverr. Go there. I use it all the time for video bumpers. Those are real cool graphics, intros.
Like intros and stuff, yeah, intros, like, yeah.
That's what I use Fiverr for mostly.
You want someone to do a blog post for you? I mean, if you want someone to, like, give them the subject, they'll do a 400-word. It says in there how many words they'll do for the blog post. I mean, if you can think it, there's somebody in here in Fiverr that'll do it for you. We use these, oh my God, we use them, I mean, 3, 4, 5, 10 times a month just for different ways to connect and engage with our clients and
exactly. Yeah, so it's a really nice little thing. But let's go back to the board. So please come here and look at it and see if you want to use some of this kind of stuff. This would be there's listing videos, and I'll just glance through them real quick for you so you can see some of them. So you got music, you've got showing of the agent. You can create what you think that house, the target market, will like. So you put in some clip art, for creating an image in their head when they see this. So maybe the house is not that great, for example, but I can sure find some images of what it could look like, and I could put that into the actual video. and it's so simple to do with just adding pictures and things of that nature. You can go to the high school, like this one, they have a huge, high school sports, and so I wanted to capture Vicksburg Bulldogs, and so I put those clip arts in there. This did not have a horses, but it has a huge pole barn on 5 acres that could be for equestrians. So here's the Bulldogs. So I added that little girl with a horse to give that image of what that is all about.
Look how, like, and you put key. Now, there's a question coming in going, what do you know? How much is this that you're doing? Like, we're talking about Animoto right now. So all these videos we did inside Animoto.com, ANIMOTO.com, and guys, the actual for 30-second videos, it's free. Get this.
Right.
If you want to do unlimited number of videos, and you want to do as long as you want videos, it's $50 for the whole year. We have no affiliation to Animoto. We're not getting a piece of anything. I'm just saying, these do amazing. You upload the photos. You upload, it has a million music. I mean, she's going to go over that, but I'm just saying, guys, this is an unbelievable way to take something that is already out there and make it just fantastic and very just unique in your own way.
Right. I think it's between $30 and $50 for the year. So that's a great place to put your money. It's just pennies every time you do an actual video. This would be like what a video business card would be. So it's talking about you, and this would be something that you could send to a new buyer or a new client before you even meet with them in the presentation, just to give them some idea of what you're about. And you can do that through vision is so important because they haven't met you yet, but now they're going to come to know you, and then they're going to like what they see, so they already have a really good impression when you actually come and meet face to face. And every time you upload this or export it to your YouTube channel, it continues to build your YouTube channel, so you get an interest there. But now let's go to Animoto real quick, and let me kind of show you. This is what you're going to create. Once you logged in, and I logged in underneath you, Scott, and so this is what you see. And there's tons of different templates that you can use. You can listen to each one and try and find the one that you think that would work best for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Like, for example, this is this is a great one when I know and I see one of your clients that have gotten engaged on Facebook. Think about those. They post everything from, so send them a video saying congratulations on your engagement with, pictures from their Facebook page and some music. You taking the time to do something unique and different, you'll definitely be noticed for it. So if we're going to pretend as if we're going to just do what I'm going to show you how quick it is, say this is the one that we want to do. And again, you can test it by pressing this button and looking at the video first to see if you like it, the template, the backdrop. And you would just hit create a video.
This is so easy to do, and it's amazing the outcome. I honestly couldn't believe it myself when I did this. So I would try the free version, get a feel for how easy this is, and then as you start hanging around with us and like if you go to an event, a wedding, a birthday, a social event, I mean anything we did a tent, like at the first game of our Western football game. We took a ton of pictures and created a video for it, and then sent it out to our whole database. It's just really cool because everybody that showed up to the tent showed up in this video, and it was just really cool to have.
Oh yeah, event marketing. After you do an event, and we haven't gotten into that yet in the class, but event marketing is huge. I recommend that you try and at least do one event a year, if not 2 or more. Do a video after that event and tag everyone in that video and post it on Facebook and let them share it. So that is great. So you have a whole library of music. You can click on this. They give you an example of the music that goes best with that video, and you can keep that. Or you can go in here and you can go through most popular songs. You can have your favorites that you like, or you can actually see the whole library, which is huge. or maybe you want to browse occasions. So if I know that it's going to be somebody's birthday, I'm going to go ahead and choose, the one, that I like. So, for example, I happen to know this one. And say I want to choose that one, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to add song. And so now that's changed. Now I want to just add a couple pictures.
Now somebody's asking Vicki that now you put all that music in there, right?
No, I just chose a music that was already in there in Animoto. However,
so the system provides you with like an unlimited. Yeah, you can upload your own, but the system provides you like, oh my God, 1,000 songs, 1,500 songs. I mean,
yeah. Let's look at that. The music library is right here, and so you can see it comes down to children's. It goes. You can see. Can you see me scrolling all the way through? Gospel, Christian, Halloween, hip hop, holidays. You got some rock. You got some instrumental.
Wow.
New age, oldies, pop. That's the current music that's of today. Romantic. And then this one, these I kind of like, the singer-songwriter ones. They're a little bit more easier. But yeah, we have certain agents that are into heavy metal. So, I did a video and I did this like, James Taylor-ish, kind of music. That wasn't him. He did not like that. He goes, Vicki, can't you just find something that really expresses more me? And it's like, I'm really into heavy metal, that kind of stuff. And his clients know it. So that's his personality. So yeah, all kinds of choices that you can do there.
Love that. I love that. I think music brings so much to pictures. Kind of fits
it does, yeah. Now, you can upload pictures. Like, say, for example, I would go into Facebook, and I would Jing pictures. Jing is that, and you've learned that in Class 1 and in Class 2, is a screen capture system. Or I can go right into my Facebook page here and do that, capture pictures. Or I can go into their library and use stock photos. Or I can upload from their library videos. So, for example, say I've captured some images that I like, and I put them on my desktop. And this is just the way I keep my images. I keep them in a folder. And so I'm going to go to my image
What you're
folder.
saying is you're organized, Vicki? Is that what you're trying to tell us, that you're like organized?
If you saw my desk, if it reversed and you saw my desk, you would say, that's not true. So say this is a lady that, and these are pictures that I want. So by holding my control button, I can upload multiple ones at one time. So I'm going to push my control button down, which you guys can't see me doing it, but I am. And I'm going to pick this picture and this picture and this picture and this picture. And I want that in the video. And then all I do is click Open.
Here's a question for you, Vicki. Here's a question coming in now. If I was to click on that Facebook tab to add photos, can I only pull from my page, my personal page, or can I pull from somebody else's page?
Well, let's do that. So I'm going to kind of show you. So I'm going to click Add, and now I'm going to go into Facebook.
Okay. I honestly don't know the answer.
Yeah, the answer is just your own.
Okay.
So that's why I go into Facebook first. And then I Jing something, and then I save it to my desktop, or I right-click Save. So that's the answer to that question. So say, for example, now I want to add a video. I can either do that through YouTube, or I can do it from their area here. And say it's a birthday celebration. So I really like the dog. And I'm going to add one item, and then I'm going to add text. So you can see that you have 40, I have space for 40 letters and 50 letters. So you have to think about what you're going to say within, the space that it's allotted. So happy birthday.
So you're putting in. So this is
where I'm getting to the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm at 0.
Okay.
So if my sentence was longer than what I wanted, I didn't have enough room, I'm going to put that on the next text. So you just kind of, figure out what it is that you want to say. And to be honest with you, I sometimes go to Google and I will just find quotes.
There you go.
And use those within my to come up with the words, because maybe I'm just too busy. I'm not that type of a person to take too much time. So I want someone else to write. So I go to happy birthday quotes, or I go to Google and I look at happy birthday cards, and use Hallmark's words, and put those in here. So just a little trick.
We better hey Paul, cut that right out of the recording. Cut the Hallmark part. Cut Hallmark.
Yeah, or anything. So whatever it is I want to say, I'm just going to do a couple examples here for you. And then at the very end, maybe I might want to say something about me, me if I was an agent, and I would, I could add my photo to it if I wanted to. On a happy birthday, I would not recommend doing that. Because it's going to come to you at the end, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. And so now all that I'm going to do is I have these little things, and they're kind of in gray. They're spotlights that you can spotlight something. Do you see where I just clicked on spotlight? Now it's turned yellow. What that means is that I can make the time lapse stay on that picture of that person for a little bit longer than it would on the next picture. If I want to rotate the image, if I want to duplicate the image, it does it again for me. If I want to delete the image, I can delete it because asked me if I wanted to delete it. So then say I'm done with my video, all I'm going to do is hit preview. We're going to come back to this because this takes about, maybe, a minute or possibly two, depending on how long the video is. So I don't want you guys just to sit here and not see nothing. So we'll come back to that after it's done, and then we'll finish it. So the next thing that we're going to go into is
this is pretty cool, Vicki, in that you can actually preview the video before you actually publish it. Where so if you want to go back and make changes to it, like, oh, I spelled something wrong, or oh, I want to change the picture sequence, or hey, why don't you show them how to? Did you show them how to change the picture sequence of where the photos are on that video?
Oh,
maybe,
yeah.
When we come back, maybe we'll show them how to do that. Yeah, because you can change. All you got to do is slide the videos around. So go ahead, and I'll let you continue, and then we'll go back to that in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see if it's done yet. Actually, what I can do now is, do you see? Say, for example, here it is. It's done already.
There it is.
That's how fast it was. Okay, so it's going to preview it for me. It's going to come out, and it's going to be right here.
Awesome.
So now I realize I didn't like how that looks, so I'm going to go back, and I'm going to continue editing. Do you see that right there?
Yep.
Continue editing. I'm not going to produce it because I'm going to go back and make some changes.
Yeah. And here's the cool thing. Now let me ask you this. And I think this is correct, but if you do produce it, you can still go back and edit, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
And I'll show you how we can do that too as well.
Okay.
So say I want my words and whatever to be, within, and that's how you do it. Just drag it and do it.
Okay, awesome.
Now the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is settings. And I realized that I did not do this. So you come up here to this button. You got the video the way you think you like it, and you go up to settings. Now here's where you're going to say, happy birthday, Scott, or whatever it is that you want to say. And using the producer, because it's underneath yours, I always say the agent's marketing team. So it could be the HootSuite, if you were a realtor, for example, or Kim Anderson's marketing team. So it looks like it's coming from a professional team. And here's where I might say something about Kim. Whatever words her elevator speech is, whatever I've done for her on Facebook, her slogan. So they're going to see that information about Kim. Kim is doing this for, her clients. And that's how you do it. And then you can do an Animoto logo at the end. You can do a show call to action. The actual show call to action would be your websites, maybe something that you'd want to say, whatever it is that you want, your phone number, friend me on Facebook, and have your Facebook link here. So you could do all kinds of different things. That's your show, that you call to action without you coming out and saying it. It's like, you know, Facebook is like a dinner party, and that's what I always kind of talk about. So there's certain etiquette things that you do when you come to a dinner party. You come to a dinner party, and you want to enjoy a good meal. I want to set someone next to someone that I think they're going to enjoy having a conversation with. They're going to get to know that person, and then they're going to find out, oh, that's right, you're in real estate. And then in conversation, you're going to find out you have friends in common. Facebook is not really the place to go, just like a dinner party, and pass out your business cards blatantly. You know, you want to be an engager, not an interrupter. So this is one example of not putting your business cards up front. It's not about you, the agent, or anyone. It's about the client or the good feelings that you're doing, you know. And so when they leave your dinner party or Facebook or your videos or whatever that you're doing, they leave with a really good feeling, inviting you to their home for the next dinner party. So did you kind of understand that concept, Scott?
Absolutely, yeah. And
Okay.
I mean, the whole mindset is really, I mean, all this stuff is like amazingly cool, and it takes a very short period of time to do this, but it's doing something special above and beyond what your competition's doing to get them to remember you when they want to buy or sell a home. And that's really what this is doing. It's just going deep with your relationships, taking the time to a couple extra minutes. Now, here's the cool part about this that I like is obviously Vicky's doing this. I'm not doing this. Your assistant can do this. Your daughter can do this. Your son can do this. If you have somebody that's helping you with your business, they can actually do this for your closing. Like if you're closing on a deal, I mean, what a great way to take a bunch of pictures of a home, people in their new home, in their new bedroom, in their new backyard, swinging on the swing in their new backyard with music. I mean, just how powerful is that for them to send, even maybe with a picture of you, the agent that they're working with, and now they're going to send this out. Maybe one of the things that you put in there is a link or like the address to their new home, and just how cool would that be? I mean, you have Broadcast My Move, and you can make this as part of the virtual tour in Broadcast My Move with the system. We'll be covering that in another class, but holy smokes, how powerful is this, and how above and beyond it is it than anything else that anybody else is doing, and that's why I love this system.
Yes, and the good thing about this is if you don't have your YouTube channel built yet, that's okay, because this gives you the URL link, and this is a live link. So just like your eProperty sites, so you can actually take this and copy it and paste it in an email. You can send it to them, that way, or you can actually post it on their Facebook wall. If it's a happy birthday, I go right to their wall and I paste it. And then and I can show you how you do that too as well. So you can actually go there. What's happening now, it's generating it, it's done. It's that fast. And so this is the actual video that we just did.
Awesome. It's probably gonna.
Yeah, I have so many little things
I know,
open
yeah, so it's gonna
on
be
my
tough,
computer. It's rendering. So next what happens, if you like it, that's great. Then you go ahead and you upgrade to HD. That's with the paid version. That makes it like HD TV, so everything's really crisp and clean. And then all you do is export it to, open up your YouTube channel and hit export. And then you wait about another 3 minutes, and it's on your YouTube channel. But now you said, for example, Scott, what if I don't like it? What if I realize that, that I made a mistake in spelling or something after I've gotten this far? So
Correct.
what you do is you go back to your videos, okay?
Because no one's seen it at this time, and maybe you put the wrong number in there, and you watch it and like, oh crap, I spelled something wrong. This is how you go back and edit it, and you go back to my videos, and you'll see all your videos.
Here's the video. It's done. It's rendered. You know, I cannot go back and edit it. However, I can come down here to this little button, and I can edit a copy. So all I have to do is click this button called Edit Copy, and it's preparing a copy of the video that I just did, everything. And you'll see it says copy of Happy Birthday, Scott.
Yep.
So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up there, and I'm going to remove copy of. I'm going to take those words out. And I'm going to hit Save. Now I'm going to go back and do my editing, you know, by clicking on it, you know, double-clicking and making my changes.
Perfect.
And then hit Save. Okay?
Yep.
So now what's happening, let's take a quick look at my video so that you can see what I'm talking about. You'll see that there's 2 videos of the one video that I just did. The one that I can go back and continue editing on, and the one that I don't like. So after I'm done with this one, I'm going to want to come in here and delete this one because, you know, I don't want to have 2 videos of the same thing, which is the same thing that I did here. You can see that I did that before. So,
correct.
Yeah, so that's how simple it is to have a video. And then if you ever want to listen to, you know, some of our videos, that's where I recommend going to our Pinterest board and seeing them all. Does that sound like a plan, guys?
That sounds
That's
great.
How easy it is. Okay.
That sounds great. Cool.
Yeah, it's Friday afternoon here in the office, and everyone's getting crazy.
A little crazy, a little crazy.
You can hear that background. Sorry about that.
And it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay, so we got a lot to get through, so I'm going to kind of go on now.
Okay.
The next thing I want to talk about is the overview of e-property sites.
Okay.
You know, e-property sites, I want to talk about some really hot buttons. I know that we've gone over them on class 1, 2, and 3 on the different things, but sometimes you lose the main points that you really should use e-property sites for. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about next.
Okay.
This is something I put together that really is actually, again, it's one of your strategies, and it's basically a connection. You can use e-property sites, you know, in your Facebook marketing. You can start doing property blogging, your video that we just talked about, posting to Craigslist. But when you connect at the very corners, do you see that, Scott?
Yes.
Every one of these?
Yep.
That's your profit center. That's driving money into your office.
I like that. I like that a lot,
Yeah.
Vicki. I like that.
Yeah,
And
so-
let me just explain. Let me just elaborate on that just a little bit. So what Vicki's saying is she's got a circle there, and in that circle you have Craigslist and Backpage, you have video marketing, you have property blogging, and you have Facebook. If you're missing any one of those, you're really missing out on a piece to your business that could be growing automatically just by using this system, and it's really easy to elaborate or incorporate that into your business. So, and she's going to show us a little bit about that.
Right. So I know that this is up on the side, but sometimes it's just easier for me to.
No worries.
to
No,
read
that's
back to
perfect.
it. So what I wanted to talk about are the top tools of e-property sites and kind of re-review why they're so important. You know, not only does it drive traffic to you, it gives you something to present that's a benefit to them, the people that you're presenting to, not necessarily a benefit for you. So it's all about the client. It's not about you. There's a difference between push marketing and pull marketing, and I try to talk about this, and I don't know, and I went over it a little bit in class 1. Push marketing is the old way of marketing. People pushed information upon you, like they would send out just sold or just listed, or a newsletter to a farm area, or do a listing presentation with a binder that I call a brag book, because that binder is about why you should list with me because I'm the top producer, you know, I'm chairman, circle, I'm. So e-property sites and the whole philosophy now is about the client. It's not about you, the agent, anymore. So the benefit now is into pull marketing. People are going to pull information about you and from the various different sites that's out there. And so
but on another point that I want to make is if they can't pull information about you or they can't pull like video blogs or property blogs about you, or they can't pull Facebook posts about you, they can't find you. That's another critical thing that we'll be talking about later in later classes. So, Vicki, you make probably the biggest point about this whole class is everything you're showing is making it about your client and getting to know them and go deep with them and build their. I know I sound like a broken record, but I can't stress enough how that will double your business, triple your business in a very short period of time because you become friends. Friends like to do business with people they know, like, and trust, and they love to do business with friends. They will remember you and refer you and sing your song. That's what what we're showing you is all about, the system, and then how to use it in a way to connect with your clients.
Exactly. So not only there's also areas that actually have reports that you can use, and we're going to get into that in just a second, but where you can keep your sellers informed and then be able to build your profit pipeline. So some of the top tools that I use on here, which one thing that I did not add was the broadcast by move, and I'm going to add that so we have that on our template or on our PowerPoints, is the text capture. You know, the writers are so important to get those because that's going to drive your profit center. You want people to text. 9 out of 10 times they will text before they will pick up the phone and call a realtor. And that's why I like to use the Craigslist text number 5 on the Craigslist post, is using the text portion of it, because people will text again before they pick up the phone or send an email about a house. It gives you those presentations, you know, the listing, the buyers, for sale by owners. I've done them for expireds, and then I've had agents that want to do them for systems. And what I mean by that is setting your expectations is extremely important, because that way you have control, meaning you have the power within the relationship. So in your, what happens, you know, when you have a listing? What happens when it goes to pending? What happens when the status changes to now we're ready to close? And what happens after close? If you set up those expectations in advance, you have control of those systems. That means that no matter what the sellers have this imagination of what's going to happen with, and you don't live up to it, if you don't set it and you don't control it, you'll never meet, and you will never be able to exceed their expectations. Do you follow me a little bit?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So some agents use these flip books to set up expectations every step of the way. So when it changes from a listing to a pending, this book then gets sent out to them in an email saying to them, this is what's going to happen, Mr. Seller, at this point. Same thing happens now, you know, after that, and I'm going to show you some examples.
And actually, we got a class coming up that I think you guys will, it will literally blow your mind. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about it, but it's a way to build a video using not so much Animoto, another platform that we're going to show you how to do. But like Vicki's talking about, set the expectations. When a milestone happens within a process of a loan, they should know what's going to happen next and what's going to happen next. And so if they're keeping you updated, they're going to be so excited and so happy with you that they're going to, again, refer their friends, family, and coworkers. So show us what you're talking about this flip book.
Okay, so this is an example of a buyer's presentation. So say, for example, you got a lead from someone. You're going to call them, and you're going to introduce yourself and start a conversation over the phone. And then the goal is to get them into your office so you can have like a face-to-face meeting of the minds, and then get them to sign buyer agency form. So that's the goal. But by the time you hang up the phone with them on a Thursday and you don't have an appointment with them until a Tuesday, you know, there's a lot of gray area there. So Absolutely. What I did is I came up with this presentation book that sets the expectations. And again, these are my words and these are my images, but you can change them and customize them. In the class, we're going to show you how to do that. Perfect. And I did that a little bit on class number 2. So you can kind of go and refer back to it. But this basically just kind of is a timeline. The plan for success is to find that special place that you call home and to make your experience successful and enjoyable. At our first appointment, we're going to design a customized home search that has your requirements, your must-haves, and then I want you to get pre-approved. So here, by clicking See Sample, it automatically gets them set up. It goes to a link at Kalamazoo Mortgage. In fact, we can click on it.
And it goes to
every single page has that option available that can do that. So whoever your loan person is, that's where you would want to have them have their information. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to send you listings and let's go shopping. Let me know, drive by them, let me know if you would like to view the ones that you like. Now the ones that I text to you, those are the ones I think are not going to last very long in the market. So, drive by as soon as possible and let me know if you're interested and want to take a look inside. Great, we found the perfect house, and you know it. It feels right, so you want to, the next thing is to place your offer ahead of the competition and get you the best advantage possible. That's my goal.
Hey, Vicki, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Should you ever have the conversation, or how would you have the conversation, or should it be one of these slides about how you get, how when you find a home and you call that agent's truck, because how do you have the conversation of or do you work on the buyer's agency if they sign it? But what if you don't sign a buyer's agency? Should you have the conversation about how the whole real estate system works and how you get paid and how I know it comes back to a little bit about me as an agent, but I think it's an important conversation to have. And if you build enough value and trust and they like you, it's going to be less likely to be an issue. But if you meet with them on Thursday and they have the whole weekend to go look at homes, then they're going to be driving by properties. Who are they going to call? Well, they might call that agent. Now that agent's going to try and get them in and meet with them and sign a sales agreement. And if you don't have a buyer's agency, that could be an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and some agents, they most of the agents, I demand to have a buyer agent,
Right.
but some of them don't. So, like for example, Joe does. So Joe's buyer presentation that I did for Joe.
Does he have that slide in there where he talks about that?
I put it in. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe it's on one of these.
Okay.
And actually, yes. So what I did is I went and found a buyer agency.
Okay. You kind of talked about how that
works.
works.
I had a slide that said, the buyer agency allows. What we're going to do at our first appointment is going to, put together a customized search. And here we're going to have you sign buyer agency. The next slide said, what is buyer agency? Buyer agency is a form that allows me to represent you.
Okay.
And then click sample said, showed an example of what a buyer agency form is.
Okay.
So yes,
good.
Definitely go ahead and do that. And whatever, like I said, these are just my words. You can come up, with yours that best fits what your office and systems are. The point of this one is really just setting the expectation. What happens at every step of the way? After the inspections. What happens when we're going to close? It's going to take 2 hours. We're going to need identification. You're going to have a cashier's check. Thank you for letting me work with you. Friend me on Facebook.
Nice.
Follow me on Pinterest. Subscribe to me on YouTube. So if you were to take this actual link right here, this buyer's link, and you copied it, and I was to go into, I was to send them an email like this that would say, it was great to talk to you over the phone. I look forward to meeting you on Tuesday. At that time, we're going to talk about, again, if you want to talk about buyer agency, here's an opportunity to do it now, too, as well. And then all you do is go over here to please click here to learn a little bit about or whatever you want to say, and you'll hyperlink it with your link up here.
So what she's doing is she's taking an email and just making it, instead of posting that huge link, see how that it's KemRogers-1204.mymarketingbook.com. So instead of doing that, she's making it look professional inside an email. You can do this with any link inside your email. All you do is type, highlight it, click the chain link fence like she just did, and now she's going to test the link to make sure that it works.
I want to make sure that connection, and there it is. It connected through great, and hit OK. So now I'm done. It's, I never attach anything anymore. I always kind of link it all the way through. It looks, more professional. It's very clean and concise. And all they do is give them instructions to please click here, and then you can hover your mouse over it and it pulls it up for you. And then I would just hit send.
Sweet.
So that's one of the opportunities that you could do that kind of stuff with. And so, like, for example, we're done with her video, but if we wanted to go into, actually I went out and I need to go back into Kim. Sorry about that, guys.
All right, no worries.
I know I'm going pretty fast. It kind of is like,
All right, no, that's all right. Totally good. Oops, you had a dash in there. There we go. There we go.
Okay, so the same thing could apply, for example, if I wanted to go and start working with for sale by owners. Here's a for sale by owner. I've done one for an expired listing for her too as well. And it's basically the same concept. The strategy that you came up with on for sale by owners is fabulous. Everybody that is really actually taking the effort to do this, to build their pipeline, is reaping the rewards of what happened 2 months ago down the road. So you taught people to look for sale by owners in your farm areas, in your neighborhoods, put them on a Google Doc, and just work that until they either list or they sell. So, for example, this strategy would be a URL that we can utilize in that way that I'm going to show you in just a moment. And the strategy is basically you're asking why you're going to give them this opportunity to have your system for free. And I've had some agents say to me, well, I don't want to do that. That's free. And I say to them, Kim, this is not costing you a penny. And I said, and look at the value that you're going to get. You're going to be able to build a relationship with them over 30 days or 45 days. And if they sell the home, based on your efforts, what you did for them, then don't you think you're going to be your biggest fan? You're going to be able to list on, say awesome things about you on their Facebook page so that 200 minimum friends are going to see what they say about you and refer you to their family, their friends. So this concept really is a powerful way. And basically it's only the first 2 slides that I came up with that I did, but the rest of it is the generic version. Until I get to the very end. And the actual very end of the slide, I'm sorry, we're going to go 15. The very end of the slide is that one buyer is going to purchase your home, but others are going to be in contact with you, and I look forward to having the opportunity to work with them. You've already put that out there that you're going to possibly be able to work with the other buyers because only one is going to work for their house, right? But if they sell it, then you both win, and that you're at your best when that happens successfully by helping others to succeed, you to succeed. However, if your home hasn't sold in 45 days, they've gotten a taste of what you've done for them in advance, and this is only the beginning. So that concept is huge. And going back
same thing with expireds. It's the same for expireds. It's just giving them something of value, calling them up and saying, hey, I would love to get your opinion on this new system I got. Have you punch some holes in it, figure if I'm, how can I make it better? I see that your home didn't sold. I'm sorry, let's talk about it, but I'm not trying to get you to list again. I'm sure you're trying to figure it out, whatever. But you really need to take a look at this system, and then you give them the flip book on that exact same thing. It's really impressive. And think about if you were to take an hour a day and do nothing but that for the next 90 days, what your business would look like. It'd be totally different.
Right, and so they always say, Vicki, when do I do this? I said, well, do it on Mondays. Use Mondays or use Fridays, to do your marketing. Take one, 2 or 3 hours out of your day once a week, and that's what you concentrate on. So this is an example of the strategy that you came up with, and this is that HTTP Kim Rogers. That's that link up here for the For Sale by Owner book, right?
Right.
So what we did is we came up with a postcard. The back is blank so that you can write a personal message, saying, just give me a call. All I need is a picture of, all I need is, some information, and I'll get your website out to you right away.
Yep.
You're not scaring them to say, I want to make an appointment and come over and see you face to face. So you're letting them pull information about you. So this is the concept that I really want kind of to cement into a little bit. So
Now, and this is in Pinterest right now. This is in Pinterest, so you could actually send the link to Pinterest with comments or a link to the actual flipbook or a video or, I mean, there's all kinds of things. We'll go more advanced into that later on, but now you're bringing them into your social media world where they can follow, they can share, connect, all kinds of stuff that is where you need to be anyway. So it's just, I don't know, it just excites me to no end.
Yeah, and that's a live link right there. But you can actually use, so to let you know on that. But the concept that it is that before people would just send a postcard to a first sale by owner. And what we want them to do now is to pull information. So you want them to take that next step. You want them to take the next step to take and look at that that URL and go to their computer and say, what is this?
Yeah.
And they pull information from the computer about you. So that's the difference between just, being direct mail. You're putting it on steroids. You're making it so much more engaging for them to do that.
Absolutely.
And it's not an interrupter, it's an engager. So that's the huge difference. So that's an example of
cool.
of how to use it. This is the example of what we did for her in regards to buyers. Now, sorry about that. That buyer's book that I showed you before that you can take and embed into an email and send directly to a buyer is one way, one strategy. The other strategy is to send it in a postcard to tons of people, apartment complexes, high-end areas, whatever you want to do. And again, there's the link of that buyer's book. So they can learn about Kim. They can kind of go, through that. This is going to be class 5. This is coming up with a brand. Your Facebook page, your postcards, your YouTube channel, your Pinterest board, all this stuff is your brand. Just like Kmart, or not Kmart, don't like Kmart anymore, but like Target.
Yeah,
Target, you go into Target, you know where everything's at, no matter where you go. So keeping your brand, out there and is there. Now, also another point that I wanted to get to too is how you can use e-property sites with widgets on your Facebook page. These are links on your Facebook page that you can link to outside sites. So if you were to click on this link, this brings up all of her e-property sites in a form that just kind of scrolls, as you can see. So that's a powerful thing to have e-property sites do for you.
Yeah. And to add that, and to finish off class number 4, and I appreciate everybody joining us today, if you, Vicki, really quick, go back to Facebook really quick. I'm going to show you how to add that e-property sites tab to your, just click on Facebook. I think you clicked out of it.
Did I click out of it? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So if you go to Facebook, and in the very search, if you put in e-property sites, oops, no, e-property sites.
Oh.
Type in e-property sites right there. So see the listing where it says listing app. Click on that, and then what it's going to have you do is see where it says add app to your page. Click on that, and then it's going to ask you what page you want to add it to, and you just click right there the drop down and add that. Now that'll add your tab, and we'll do a little video on this, but you add that to your page, and then you take that number from that page back to your Facebook page. So we'll do a little video on that the next time in class number 5. But I just want to share with you how we put everything together. Everything looks the same. You building your brand. When they see you and they see your Facebook post, they see anything you send to them, it's all like, hey, there's Kim. Hey, there's Kim. Hey, there's Kim. That's what this is all about, is building your brand. YouTube, same thing. Twitter, same thing. LinkedIn, same thing. Keep it all the same. Start interacting, engaging, getting stuff out there. That's where the power behind this all comes. So, Vicki, amazing.
I know we only have a couple of things, but I really wanted to touch base real quick on the property blogging. It's so important to get out there and blog, and e-property sites gives you the optimization to do that. This is one that we did back in 2012. He is still, like he was yesterday, first page, first position. He'll never take that down.
And we did we did the blogging class on class number 3. So just the power behind this of what she's talking about
so
is
is
go
really,
back and watch
really,
class number
really,
3. Yep,
Yep,
really
that's
powerful.
really, and then the tracking stuff that's there. You know, using those reports that we talked about in class number 3. You know, being able to do that too as well.
Yeah.
And basically, you know, you got people that are. This is one that just came up, you know, not too long ago. And Wade said that because of property blogging and because of Craigslist, he has gotten a buyer from Texas for his property Facebook page that we created for him, you know, for a new development. So then it goes all over. So that's basically the reason why I wanted to do that. So that's the hot buttons, you know, and some good things. So hopefully you guys learned something. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely,
Very
yeah.
cool.
So, hey, I appreciate you joining us for class number 4. That is the end of class number 4. And be looking for class number 5. But again, if you're on class number 4, and you watched it and you're like, holy smokes, what did they just talk about? Go back to number 1. Don't skip through it. Go class number 1, class number 2, and class number 3. I appreciate everybody. Vicki, amazing stuff. Thank you so much for showing us.
You're welcome.
Ways to generate traffic and build your real estate business. So we'll see you on class number 5. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.